We all know Cristiano Ronaldo as one of the greatest footballers ever. But did you know that his very existence was nearly cut short before he was even born? His mom, Maria Dolores dos Santos Aveiro, has revealed that she was told to abort the pregnancy while she was expecting Ronaldo. Can you imagine the legendary CR7 was almost never ever born? You see, as a young, poor woman in Portugal, Ronaldo's mother, Maria Dolores, did not plan on having another child. Money was extremely tight, and she already had several kids to support. So when she became pregnant with Cristiano, the option of abortion was seriously on the table. Maria has said publicly that Ronaldo was an unwanted baby that she considered aborting. The doctors were ready to go through with the procedure too, but at the last moment, her deep religious faith prevented her from terminating the pregnancy. And then, Cristiano Ronaldo was born. Ronaldo's humble roots make his rise to global stardom even more inspirational. He was born on February 5, 1985, in the small Portuguese island of Madeira to a very poor family. His father Jose was a part-time kitman, while his mother Maria was a cook. They lived in a tiny one-bedroom apartment with Ronaldo's other siblings, barely scraping by. There were times when they struggled to even put food on the table. Money was extremely tight. But through it all, a spark was ignited in young Ronaldo. From the moment he could walk, he found an escape, a worn football that became his loyal companion. He spent countless hours on the streets, dribbling, shooting, pouring his heart into the game. Little did he know this passion would shape his destiny. You could say the beautiful game was his escape from the harsh realities of poverty, and even at that age, his passion and dedication were clearly visible. Ronaldo knew deep down that football was his calling, his path to creating a better life for himself and his family. As a kid, Ronaldo caught the eye of a local scout who invited him for trials at Sporting CP's academy. This was his golden ticket out of poverty. The scout's challenge was simple: the kid who scores the most goals gets in. And in classic Ronaldo fashion, he scored a late winner after his teammate unselfishly teed him up. Just like that, the boy from Funchal had earned a life-altering contract with Sporting's prestigious youth academy. The young Cristiano had to leave Madeira behind and move to the nation's capital, Lisbon, to join Sporting's renowned youth setup. It was a major sacrifice, but one he was willing to make to pursue his dream. Over the next few years, Ronaldo's growth was unstoppable. By 2002, at only 17 years old, he had already earned a call-up to Sporting's first team. His debut came in a friendly against Inter Milan, where he entered as a second-half substitute. Everyone could see the raw potential oozing out of this kid. The next step was proving he could perform at the highest level consistently. On August 14, 2003, the world got its first real glimpse of Cristiano Ronaldo. In a preseason friendly against Manchester United, the 18-year-old dazzled with his dribbling ability, skill moves, and confidence on the ball. He tortured United's defenders all game long, and the legendary Sir Alex Ferguson was so impressed that he quickly worked out a £12 million deal to bring Ronaldo to Old Trafford. A teenager from the streets of Madeira stepping into United's sacred halls, putting on that famous red jersey with the iconic 7 on his back. It was a dream come true, but little did he know that dream was just beginning. The 2003-2004 campaign was quiet for the young Portuguese winger, but he still provided glimpses of his future greatness, like scoring the opening goal in Manchester United's FA Cup final victory. It was in Ronaldo's second season that he truly announced himself as a rising star. His confidence grew and he became more unpredictable and direct with his dribbling and shooting. By the end of 2005-2006, he already had over 20 goals and assists. The following 2 seasons, from 2006 to 2008, Ronaldo took his game to even greater heights, and in 2007-2008, he was already being described as the most gifted and entertaining player in world football. But of course, it wasn't always easy like you might think. Just as his star was rising, tragedy struck. Ronaldo's father Jose passed away from alcoholism in 2005 at just 52 years old. "I cried every day," Ronaldo would later reveal. The loss of his dad hurt him deeply. But from this devastation, an unbreakable human was born.
And here's Brown. For Ronaldo!
Ronaldo vowed to become the best in the world to honor his father's memory and provide for his family. And my, how he delivered on that promise. Ronaldo evolved into a goal-scoring machine, shattering records en route to his first Champions League title in 2008 and a historic Ballon d'Or the following year. The once criticized dribbler had become one of the deadliest finishers on the planet. It was Ronaldo's first European triumph, and there were many more to come. Cristiano had the world at its feet. But could he reach even greater heights at one of the biggest clubs in the world? In the summer of 2009, that question was answered in stunning fashion. Real Madrid paid a massive world record fee of £80 million to buy Ronaldo from Manchester United. The bright lights of the Santiago Bernabeu awaited the Portuguese phenomenon. Over 80,000 fans packed in just to welcome him. The world had never seen scenes like this before. In his very first season at Real, Ronaldo banged in an incredible 33 goals in just 35 games. And over the following few seasons, Ronaldo reached even greater heights and led Los Blancos to major trophies. This included their first La Liga title in 4 years during the 2011-2012 campaign, where he scored a mind-blowing 46 league goals. Then in 2012, Real finally ended their agonizing wait for the big one, La Decima, their 10th European Cup Champions League crown. Ronaldo was their talisman throughout that historic run, scoring in the final itself. If you thought Ronaldo was going to stop there, you were badly mistaken. Settling for being one of the best players of his generation simply wasn't enough. No, he had even bigger ambitions to go down as the undisputed greatest footballer in history. Over the next 5 seasons from 2013 to 2018, CR7 went into overdrive, exceeding even his own high standards. The numbers he produced were nothing short of insane, an incredible 249 goals in just 239 appearances in all competitions, 4 more Ballon d'Or trophies, 3 more Champions League titles, the first player to 5, becoming Real Madrid's all-time record goalscorer. He decimated virtually every record at club and European level. Defenders simply had no answer to Ronaldo. Goal after goal, Ronaldo built an irrefutable case to be considered the greatest player ever. On a purely individual level, very few can legitimately stake a claim to being better than CR7. Perhaps only his eternal rival Lionel Messi can make a strong argument. The Champions League was his playground, a competition he utterly dominated by setting numerous scoring records. Who could ever forget his famous overhead kick against Juventus that had opposition fans applauding, the same overhead kick that led to a move to Juventus in 2018. After 2 Serie A titles and a huge move back to Manchester United in 2021, Ronaldo showed he can still perform at an elite level. Lining up against the best defenders in the world, he continued scoring at a prolific rate into his mid-30s. But in many ways though, Ronaldo had already cemented an incredible legacy on a bigger stage, representing his beloved home nation of Portugal. Ever since making his international debut as an 18-year-old in 2003, he's carried the weight of his country's hopes and dreams. Over the past 2 decades, he's had plenty of highs and lows. There were agonizing defeats like losing the Euro 2004 final in their own backyard to underdogs Greece. Painful group stage exits at World Cups where he couldn't drag them through. But whenever his nation needed him most, Ronaldo would inevitably produce moments of magic. You want to talk about finally ending years of hurt and heartbreak? How about leading Portugal to glory at Euro 2016 for their first ever major international trophy? And what about captaining Portugal to Nations League glory in 2019? Ronaldo's hat-trick in the semi-final made that happen. He has since established himself as the all-time leading scorer in international football with an outrageous 128 goals. Simply put, no other Portuguese player's legacy and impact on the national team can compare to CR7's greatness over the years. But even as his legend grew, Ronaldo never lost sight of what truly mattered: his loved ones. Back in 2010, he became a father to son Cristiano Jr., born to a surrogate mother who Ronaldo chose to keep anonymous. 7 years later, in 2017, he shocked fans again by revealing he'd become a father to twins Eva and Mateo. To top it off, his first child with girlfriend Georgina Rodriguez, daughter Alana Martina, was born just a few months after the twins in November 2017. It was a joyous new chapter and a huge change in Ronaldo's life. His unbreakable bond with mother Dolores, the woman who defied doctors to gift us this generational talent, is particularly heartwarming. Their amazing story is a reminder that a mother's unconditional love can empower children to achieve the impossible. And Ronaldo definitely did. But as father time slowly caught up, Ronaldo realized he needed a fresh challenge suited to this phase of his career. In one of the most shocking moves of 2022, he joined Saudi Arabian club Al Nassr on a staggering €200 million per year contract. For Ronaldo though, it was the financial payoff after years of sacrifices to reach the pinnacle of the game. Who are we to judge how a 39-year-old legend chooses to extend his playing days in the twilight of his career? From being a poor child in Madeira to join Sporting CP's academy, from getting rejected by other top clubs to becoming a Manchester United legend, from initial criticism in Spain to becoming Real Madrid's greatest ever scorer and most decorated player. Time and time again, Ronaldo has silenced his doubters in whatever new challenge he's faced. Only Ronaldo himself knows what the future has in store and how much longer he plans on lacing up his boots. But one thing's undeniable, the football world wouldn't be the same without one and only CR7. Who is your GOAT? Drop in the comments. Subscribe for a part 2 on Lionel Messi.